Welcome to Preach Care, Preach with Rashad. We are the Prophet. Another episode, another sermon coming at you from 12 Ounce Sports, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and anywhere you can listen to us. Rashad, what's going on?
Man, the fantasy team finna be hurt, ain't it, bro? Got Bell signing to the Chiefs.
I'm about to say I had him in the league, man, and shoot, he was a free agent for a minute, but held on to him. Kansas City Chiefs, I guess. I guess. I guess that's all I can say really about the decision to go there. Damn, Clyde.
I'll say, yeah,
That's what it is.
That committee approach, man. Whoever took him, they finna lose a little bit of value because that's just the way to go though. Like, there's no point of paying a RB when you can just do a committee approach. I mean, that's what everybody does anyway. Well, should be doing.
Right, exactly. But it's like at the same time, like if in the fantasy world, if you drafted him, Clyde, you would get in the first round. Now you have to share that, and that just ain't what it is.
Yeah,
no fun.
Most drafts he was going with top 10, top 12.
Yeah.
I mean, you had some people who were reaching for him fourth or fifth pick just because they say, "Oh, it's Kansas City, they're gonna make everybody good." But too bad now. You only got 5 good weeks.
I'm about to say I don't really think that it moves any needle for the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll say the best thing, it makes you have to be less creative on the goal line. I think that's a plus. Because we saw Clyde, he just can't get in there. Like, he's just too small, 5'7", whatever he is, and he just can't get in there. So I think that's the only needle it moves as far as the goal line. But as far as what you feel about the Kansas City Chiefs, stay right there.
Yeah, they were plus 400 earlier, so it may go to plus 350, plus 300 just because of how name value works.
Yeah. We got a good show, man. We're going to revisit the Prophet playoff theory. Me and Rashad were looking at it. It was like, man, so many things that happened just only a short period of time. And
the main thing, the schedule, though, because that was unpredictable.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, the good thing is at least it's all the same teams. You just playing them in different orders, which does play a part. Like, you got an early bye instead of a late bye. I know you big on that. And you switch in.
Just those cross country trips, like when you may get 2 or 3 back to back now versus you might have just had one.
Yeah, that plays a part.
You back home for a little while.
I must say, I think Chargers was one of the biggest ones. They had to move like 2 or 3 games. So did the Broncos and the Dolphins. I think those were the most changed ones, coming out. But we talk about that's the schedule part. But let's dive into the NFC East real quick. Dak Prescott, broken ankle, compound fracture, out for the season. I think it said 4 to 6 months. We were high on Dak and Carson Wentz. I think we both said like he was playing bottom half of the league quarterback play already. So we already kind of slid him down. I had Dak number 1 after like a couple weeks, and we had Carson Wentz 1, but I'm pretty sure you didn't think they was too far off from each other. But
no, it's pretty close.
But yeah, so Carson Wentz we had him down. So we had Dak at number 1 for a good little minute. Now he's gone. Ascends Carson Wentz back to number 1 as the best quarterback in the NFC East. And enters Andy Dalton. Default, exactly. Enters Andy Dalton. Now, do you think he can play better than Carson Wentz with the weapons he has, the roster he has?
Well, just to be just honest about it, it's not a hard standard to surpass for this season because he's playing like crap.
Yeah, it's not.
So, if you come in and just throw 20 TDs and even like 7-8 picks, that's still pretty good because he already has like 9 through a couple of weeks.
Yeah, so yeah, and that's the crazy part. Like, I know the Cowboys are winning the division right now. They're 2-3, heading to Monday Night Football against the Cardinals this week. It's kind of crazy. Like, you said this a long time ago. You said Dak is a more efficient Andy Dalton, and I think Colin Cowherd proved it with his stats on his show. And you proved it a long time ago, like as far as like
checking my tweet, man.
Yeah, he was all in your bag there. But he, outside of the picks, they were pretty much similar. And with this offense, CeeDee Lamb, who's an absolute stud right now, Cooper Gallup is balling. He helped win the game against the Giants. Even the rise of Dalton Schultz, and of course Zeke behind him. Like, the roster I think is too good, and that's why when you talk about like this profit theory, like you put the
Well,
schedule.
offensively, I don't know about defense tripping right now.
Offensive, yeah. I want to talk about offense. That's all I care about right now. But from a roster standpoint, like what the Eagles going through with, I mean, Miles Sanders look pretty good right now. But I mean, I can't. What's that dude named Falcom out there, Fulgham or whatever his name is? He's like the best receiver Philly had in the last 5 years. It seemed like, and Alshon Jeffrey banged up, Jackson banged up, Ertz nowhere to be found, Goddard hurt. I mean,
Man, I'm trying to buy low on Ertz. Like if you have him in the league and want to trade him, holler at your boy. I'm trying to buy low.
yeah, so I think Andy Dalton can definitely be number one. And to be honest, I think I think it's not far fetched to go ahead and put him there. Like if we're talking about ranking right now from what we've seen from his Dak injury post injury and what we've seen with Carson Wentz, I think it's pretty easy to put Dalton number one for now. And if it has to be changed, it has to be changed later. But from what we see of the NFC East, is anything else in this division that like I don't know, maybe like change your mind about something, make you want to adjust anything going forward?
Nah, man, the whole thing's in disarray. All the coaches are bad. All the teams are
I'm
bad.
about to say
All the
who is the best?
quarterbacks are bad. So it's like there's no. I mean,
I'm about to say Washington and Giants probably the better two defenses out of the Eagles actually. Well, maybe just Cowboys. Maybe the Cowboys is the worst one by far. It's probably not even close. Yeah, but you're right. All the coaches, McCarthy don't make good decisions. Peterson haven't done anything. Joe Judge just out there, look like a one hit wonder. So you're
yeah,
right.
I mean, yeah, the whole thing's in disarray. Like at this point, you guys just wait until another little bit of sample size goes by, then reevaluate. Because
Yeah,
right now, disarray.
it's not um
It's
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 just,
atrocious, bro.
bro.
Like
I just
they
don't
only like combined, they only have won what 3 games, 4.
see
Like
Cowboys two, Eagles
cause
one.
DC got one, yeah, Eagles got one.
Cowboys got two. That's four. Giants haven't won,
But bro, this is what I'm
bro.
saying. Like they beat each other to get those wins.
Bro, four wins in 5 weeks from 4 teams. Like that's
Because yeah, because Cowboys and Giants had to win the last one, so they beat each other to get that win. So as a collective, it's terrible.
I think that's a pretty good segue to the next division, the NFC West, where the Rams had already crowned themselves the NFC East champion with 4 wins against the NFC East. I think the reason I bring them up to you is, do you really think they're good?
I
Because
do.
well, the reason I'm saying it is because like they're in it, they play in the NFC East. That's your 4 wins. You're 4-1. Like yes. All right. I think we got to say this right here. Like if they had beat Cowboys last week, you wouldn't be as impressive as you was week one, right? Like that's just because what we thought of the Cowboys coming into the season. But since then, I mean, you beat the Eagles, you beat the Giants, and you beat DC, and it's like, all right, let me see you versus a real team for really can say like in this theory, like you got the best roster. Sean McVay has ascended to the best coach, or you know what I'm saying? Like is before I change anything in that division, like I think the only one I would change right now is Golf. I think so far he's number two quarterback in the league. So and you got a top two QB. Yeah, your roster's top two because the 49ers are decimated with injuries. The Arizona Cardinals can't, bro. They can't use Isaiah Simmons. What we talked about? We talked about like a long
Swiss
time
Army
ago.
knife, man.
We said if the team that's why I didn't think the Giants needed him because they don't know how to use him and neither the kid does the Cardinals and that's sad to say. Like they gonna make this guy be a bust. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you hate to say it that early though,
Right,
like,
you had to say it through
but
5 weeks, but at the same, they can't. If they reports coming out saying that, what am I supposed to do with that information? Like I just have to run with it, like right?
I mean, it's just that's coaching, bro.
Man.
That's just coaching.
So Cliff's already at four, and the coaching staff already at four, so they can't go down no further. But yeah, I think the Rams get it by default though. Obviously Seattle's undefeated in the division, but like Sean McVay. I mean, are you willing to say Sean McVay is above Pete or Kyle through the season? Like just as far as like what you've seen through 5 weeks, or at least top two over Kyle or anything?
Well, I always think 2 and 3 of Kyle and Sean is like kind of close.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So, and then
Any given
even
week.
on the even with I know I had golf at 2, and I said I would wait to see what Kyler did, but I know you already had Kyler at 2.
Right. So I guess I'm switching that. Jimmy G get hurt, so Nick Mullins in there, so they kind of already at 4. You know, they was already at 4 anyway. But it's kind of like, man, like the Rams top 2 roster because of the injuries. Like I said, Cardinals can't use their roster. If Golf is playing really good so far, like I don't see any. You know, to me right now he's doing this roller coaster wave of like I'm a top 10 quarterback. All right, now I'm top 20. Like he's going back and forth, up and down, and that's kind of frustrating as a Rams fan. But you know, at least he's not doing Carson Wentz doing this season. Like that's 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 a plus.
Yeah, from his group, he gonna be the best one this year because
Dak
Dak
hurt.
out and Wentz trash.
Man, Dak was on pace for like 7 million yards.
But
He was about to have a crazy for a guy that they didn't want to pay, but
yeah, that's the crazy part. That we didn't talk about like that franchise tag, man. Like that's a lot of money, but you don't have that long term security. So you got to
yeah.
think about, all right, when he come back, do they franchise him again, or do they just say, all right, look, you can walk, and then somebody like the Colts go pick him up because Rivers sorry.
I think, boy, what? We'll get into them in a second, but you know what? I feel like you talk about this. That's the to circle back to the NFC East real quick. That's gonna be scary for Dak. That's what is like the risk. It's like if Dalton does good enough, if they're 2-3, we both had high aspirations for this team. We both thought that I had them in the NFC Championship game, possibly the Super Bowl. So
Possibly, I did.
like, yeah, yeah. I mean, and I don't blame you at all. Like,
I had that versus Baltimore. Gonna change both.
Me too. And I'm changing. Like, well, I had Cowboys Super Bowl, but I had Ravens in the Super Bowl, and I don't want that either. So, but nonetheless, it's like you take that risk. You take up the risk of playing this season, but now you hurt. If Dalton comes in and win the Super Bowl, this could be another Carson Wentz, Nick Foles situation. Like, but this time it's the opposite. Like Dak had an imprint on it, but 2-3 when you go out, like so it's different this time, man. Yeah, do you just pay Dalton again and go drive a quarterback and let Dalton be your bridge and let that go? That's pretty much what you're gonna do if you come down to it, and that's the.
How old is he though? Andy, how old is he?
Andy probably at least 30, 31.
I think between like 30, 32.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, I want to say 2000. I'm thinking 2010,
like
2011 draft.
He's like a 9-year pro,
Yeah,
10-year pro.
That sounds about right. Yeah, so yeah, he's not even that old. So at bridge quarterback, I'm talking. You don't even have to draft on first round. You can just draft on third or fourth, and like let him sit behind Andy. And then whenever you tired of Andy, there you go. With Kellen Moore there and Dalton, you should learn something. You know what I'm saying as a quarterback. So, yeah, that's the risk.
No,
that's the
when
risk
he was when he was in Cincinnati, he did good for his first 4 or 5 years because they actually had people there,
a team around him,
with decent coaching. So if you kind of go cheap and put staff there, he'll work out. So I wouldn't sweat it.
Yeah, I mean, Cowboys in a good situation. I mean, you didn't box yourself in with that because he got hurt now. But I mean, prior to it, a guy who never been injured, like that's kind of, and that's what happens when he get hurt. That's just kind of crazy. But
everybody gets one.
Yeah,
everybody.
Yeah,
like I can't think of anybody that was 100% every year. Like healthy, right. Never injured.
Brett Favre,
especially a star.
Brett Favre, that's about the only one. Like real injured.
Oh no, he was just playing.
Brett Favre he threw his body out there. He don't care. Torn labrum. I'm still playing. It don't matter.
Yeah, he was just playing. But you're right. He never got majorly like.
But I think I want to say every other one though.
Yeah, everybody else.
At least recently, Tom Brady ACL, Breeze shoulder, Peyton Manning neck. Just to name a couple. So circling back to the NFC West, 49ers, do you think like if they get healthy, let's say in 4 weeks, Jimmy G's back to his old self. This roster out obviously without Bosa for the rest of the season and Solomon Thomas. How do you like? I mean, we got to see it. We got to see it first. But if they get healthy, and if I told you they're gonna be healthy in 4 weeks, like how do you judge the 49ers going forward?
They might wind up being 8-8 because
it might be too late.
Because you got to play catch up. So 4 weeks from now, 500. Because you're already down bad now, and you lost to Philly.
You
You can't.
Oh yeah, and the bad thing about it, they're down like positions you cannot be down in. The most important position, Jimmy G. He got pulled because they say they're protecting him, but he's not looking good from the injury. You down, you went
Put
down.
CJ in now. Like they
Both
didn't even put Mullins in. They put CJ in.
and Mullins blew the game against the Eagles, so I get it. But Bosa to get after the quarterback, Thomas get after the quarterback. You lost Sherman to covering the back end. Your receiver Debo Samuel goes down. I mean he's back now, but he went down, broke his foot in the offseason. So you're getting hurt at the wrong positions. Like, and I think I want to say what Quan Alexander was missing, or Fred Warner, one of the linebackers were missing for a second there too. So we'll see the 49ers. I mean, injuries play a big role in this, and you have to adjust to it. And like I think I have 49ers competing with Seattle as a 1 and 2 for this division, but
Yeah, I ain't saying.
if you're gonna lose your best players, I'm out. That's that's what it is.
That changed pretty quick once
Yeah.
some stuff like that happened. But I mean, that's part of the game. You know,
Yeah.
you try to factor that in, but you don't think it'll get that bad of somebody get hurt, somebody get COVID, or
Yeah.
just somebody get cut, like just all that kind of stuff. Somebody get traded, like you only can factor in so much.
Let's hop into the NFC South. We told everybody week 5 was the week that Dan Quinn would get fired. Um, I just all right. So we talked about the rule like when you're a rookie head coach or rookie quarterback coming into the season, we have unless for some reason unless it was Mariota or and Adam Gase, you gotta be last just because we
It's
don't
default.
know. We don't know what we're gonna see. But I think quickly we learned like Matt Rule, like him and Joe Brady together are working. And to add, they're working with Mike Davis and not CMC. Don't pay running backs, but
But he coming back,
he
so let's see
coming
what happens.
he coming back. We'll see what happens in this. Teddy Bridgewater is looking pretty good. Um, Speaking of Teddy, where are you ranking Teddy? Man,
Still,
he I don't know, man.
still last, bro.
I don't know, man. I like Matt Ryan's not it
Like
this year. Matt Ryan is not looking
like
good. I mean, he got Julio, but I'm not.
I mean, the last game, but I mean, he got stats the other one, so I mean, I can't knock him for getting stats, but not winning the game because it's not all on him. That's why they fired the front office. So I won't. I mean, I'll put Teddy at 3 because I think Bree's been worse. His
Yeah,
arm gone.
and that's the thing. He might be too. Like that's the like because I think Ryan been worse than Teddy. So if what I'm saying, like if you,
I don't think so.
I think Ryan, like I'm not impressed. Like yes, he didn't have Julio and Russell Gage got knocked out one time and he don't have the
Like
offensive
feel
line.
like
I
some
get
of it
that.
is just team success dependent. Cause if they would have won like 2 games, it'll be no, it'll be different because
Yeah,
the whole situation when changed. Cause he put up stats.
he put up stats early though. But like my thing is like for Atlanta, like they're not a team that like when they're up big. We talk about the comebacks. They like don't score anymore, and I don't know if Ryan can like I don't know what it is. It might be just a psychological thing, but I don't know because I'm believing Ryan worse, and you said Brees was worse. So you're talking about somebody who can fluctuate on that line, and that's I mean when you're the youngest guy in this division, about 4 at quarterback, it's looking pretty easy right now for Teddy. I mean,
Yeah, like
guys, yeah.
he's one of those guys that always get boxed in as like a game manager or I call him that. But he ain't been too bad this year. Yeah, like outside of I mean, it's debatable because outside the first 2 games, Matt Ryan hasn't done much. First 2 games, he was
He's
6
balling.
TDs, 1 pick. Then now he's the last 3 weeks, 1 TD, 2 picks, and 2 of the games he only completed 50%. So it can
Yeah, I
the scale the
mean,
scale can the
yeah.
scale can vary.
That's I mean right now and crazy thing is like even with Tom Brady, like I'm really not in. I wouldn't say I'm impressed by Tom Brady, but I don't think we can say like we gawking over what Tom Brady has done in Tampa. I mean Mike Evans, how many 1 yard touchdown catches he got this year? Like 5.
Oh yeah,
Like that's
them
not
little
really
fade
like I don't even know if
routes.
that's really impressive to me. I mean, you're a good accurate quarterback, passing to one of the best receivers in the league for 1 yard. That's just what it is. So I don't think Teddy is that far from Brady. If obviously they have to like because I think what Tampa up like 17-0 or something, and Panthers came back and tied it up, and then before Tom Brady won the game. So I think right now Tom Brady is doing everything he has to do as far as like when they get the Chargers, they're down points. He's throwing back and win the game. Like, I think he's doing what you need him to do as a quarterback, whether he's 25 or 43. That's all you can ask for. So as far as that, yeah, I think Tom Brady is safely won. Um, but I really think Teddy is pounding on that door. No pun intended for the Panthers at number two. Um, is anything else in the NFC South? I mean, Dan Quinn out of there. Matt Rule better than him, obviously now. Raheem Morris taking over. Anything else like you from this
So
division
yeah, so if we through 5 weeks rank it right now, what you thinking?
for
You
coaching?
going for let's do both of them.
All right. So for quarterback, I do Tom Brady. I do.
I'll say that too. Okay.
I think two. I'm going Teddy. From a 1 to 5 weeks. If we had did this 2 weeks ago, probably not. But I'm gonna go Teddy. It might be a two-way tie for the last. I don't. The last 3 weeks of Ryan is last, but I think
Yeah, like
but we both agree with Drew Brees' arm is probably done.
yeah, like I'm looking, and like, it's the crazy part because somebody gonna do what I just did. They're gonna pull up the stat lines and they're gonna be like, "But Breeze 60%, 70% every game." But when you
Dan,
watch the game,
right?
all he doing is throwing the slant boy,
About,
doing screens. So
he
like,
he wish he could throw the slant boy.
yeah, of course, efficiency gonna be there when
Yeah,
you
yeah,
throwing screens and going to slant boy.
yeah. So that I can't get over that name, man. Um, but yeah, I mean, Breeze had the most air yards last week. I guess blase, whatever. Against the Chargers, but um, yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna go with you, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and say the same thing. Brady, Teddy,
and then
Breeze, Matt Ryan, like, cause like the
it ain't
Falcons just sorry, bro. So I'm just gonna say the same thing.
all right. So
Because and the reason why he's the last, I'm gonna change my mind and say he's the last is because he's the only one that's being debated as being cut, traded, or something in the off season.
right.
Everybody else good with they guys.
Exactly, yeah. Even Teddy. So, all right. Obviously, we both probably think Rule is number three. What does he have to do to make him pass? Like, so I think we both agree. Sean Payton probably number one. Bruce Arians two. Do you all right?
Yeah.
One. Do you think Rule can pass Bruce Arians? And do you think Bruce Arians can pass Sean? Like, do you see any like for like, or you think Sean just got that on lockdown for this season?
Like I'm gonna keep him at one out of default
Yeah, I'm with
because
you.
Arians has so much stuff to quote unquote work with in the toolbox with. They brought in Fournette. You're gonna get Godwin back. You got Evans. You brought in Brady. You brought in Grunt to be a blocker. You got Braid. I mean, you got dang, what's our guy on defense? Todd Bowles. Well, I mean, you got so much to
Yeah.
work with in your tool chest. Man, shout out to Silton Tadal. His tool chest hitting different, boy.
Hey, yo, all right, so Sean Payton and Dennis Allen, or would you rather have Bruce Arians and Tom Bowles?
I mean, we taking the roster into account or just the tandem?
Just give me the tandem, and then just give me the tandem first. We'll do tandem first, and then we'll do if he had with the roster that they have.
Just because of this year, I'm gonna go with the Bucks tandem.
Okay, and it's
Because the defense been elite, man.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Saints been a little iffy week to week, so I'm gonna go with Bucks.
Which I think the combo is better. If you talk about individually, yeah, I'll take Sean Payton. Yeah, the NFC South is pretty interesting. I got Owen, man. He been preaching about this Panthers, man. I'm kind of sad because I had the under, and I'm gonna be wrong. Like if Teddy,
Yeah, they already
if Teddy
got
top, if
three.
Teddy top two quarterback, and the coach is top three, and we talking about like he's not out of like I don't think he's out of his class when you compare him to Aaron's and Peyton. Yes, it's his first year, but I don't think he's like a shutdown. Like if I say Matt Rule is pretty okay versus these guys, like you ain't gonna like kill me for that. I mean, so with those two factors in, like I don't know, like Panthers, I'm really upset. You guys about to go like he might go 8-8 or something, 9-7.
Man, you gotta hope McCaffrey come back and they start to going 0-2 again.
That's hey, if they come back, if McCaffrey come back and they lose, bro, I'm sorry, bro. You gotta play Mike Davis. One, because I got my fantasy team. I ain't dropping them. I'm keeping them on the bench until further
Oh yeah.
notice.
Look, we know how valuable the handcuffs are. Look at what happened with Cook. If you had Madison, you
It was
keep on
good,
rolling.
good, right? So speaking of the NFC North, uh, so all right, so quickly, I think we pretty much had like the top three teams, right? Whether the order, probably, I think I had Packers, Vikings, same exact record. Who cares about tiebreaker? I think I had Bears 8-8, 9-7. So they were all around the same for me. I think for same with you, you had them all pretty much Packers, Vikings, Bears, or Bears, Vikings, whatever it was. Um, Packers right now look like the best team in the NFL. I think they have every team has flaws, but I think they have one of the fewest flaws. Whatever. Like if you say, oh, they can't stop the run game, well, it's not as bad like as this team, or they can't defend the pass. Well, it's not as bad as this team. I think we both can say that. But from a coaching standpoint, are you giving Matt LaFleur this one spot over Mike Zimmer, or do you realize like, okay, Matt LaFleur got all his weapons. I mean, outside of Adams being banged up, but like he got all his rosters. He got elite quarterback. Rodgers still top three in our minds, and he's showing the world he's still one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Or are you keeping Zimmer there because of what he has to work with missing Hunter, missing Barr? Because the Vikings still are like they played Seattle, Green Bay, and the Titans, who are all undefeated. And,
They tried.
like you know what I'm saying, and two of them they almost
tried.
beat, right? So like, are you giving LaFleur the one spot, or are you going like, well, if few things go different way, like Vikings get the first down against Seattle, or the Vikings don't let a big play to Tennessee to win the game, their record look a little different. What you doing?
I mean, they tried, but I mean, you got to still criticize stuff like that run play you were telling me about.
Yeah.
So like, you got to move them down a little bit, just a little bit, because
so like I mean, now when you say move them down. When you say move down, do you mean like, all right, so like let's say if you have like Sean Payton here, Bruce Arians here, move them down, but Sean just above, or you saying like 1 and 2? What kind of move down you talking about?
Yeah. He got to go to 2 just based upon.
Fine. That's fair.
Yeah, and I mean, depending upon what side of the fence you're on, you could debate 3. Because I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, to go from your boy Mitchell.
Who boy?
Your boy Mitchell to Foles, and they actually hooping.
That's a good coaching move. Hey, but all right. So let's get into the Bears. So we already said we knew Mitchell gonna start, and we said Foles was gonna take over. Didn't think it happened this fast. Nick Foles is still one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the league, but he is.
The grade pending on that.
But he's one of the worst quarterbacks. Look, listen to everybody with the words I'm saying. Nick Foles is one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the league. However, he is one of the best finishing quarterbacks in the league. You watch him against the Bucks. What happened Thursday Night Football? He was trash. Like sorry.
And that was the luckiest play. Like to hit Montgomery, that was the luckiest play.
But then you talk about we talk about the things he did in the second half, and right before halftime, scoring a touchdown. Jimmy Graham had an amazing catch. Like all of a sudden, here come Nick Foles. Like, but if you get up 20 on these guys, that's it. No, it's like Foles can't handle it.
Yeah, he's not gonna be a comeback kid. That's not his forte.
Right, but it's like, man, yeah, you're right. I mean, I can understand what you're saying. I can understand what you're saying about the, possibly 3-part. Well, we knew this Bears
because it changed throughout the year.
Yeah. I mean, if you're saying right now,
just based upon what's going on, like how you start the season is an expectation, but when you start getting the tape, you got to judge off the tape. So
yeah, I mean, I can see
2-3 debatable right now.
I can see what you're saying. The only argument I can give you for Zimmer possibly staying one is the part of what he's working with, like young corners who like every single week they gotten better. Like, I mean, obviously we knew Seattle was gonna put up points, right, going into the game, but when they had at 0 at halftime, now you might say hindsight 2020, but all right, so 13-0, will Seattle win the game? My mind, even as a Vikings fan, I said they probably still win, but I was thinking more 21-20 where we get shut down in the second half. But like the way he was able to Seattle, come like that, and it's kind of like, all right, well, they could take the lead, but the way they look in the second half, like I said, without their best player as a pass rusher, they missing one of their best linebackers. Corners are getting cooked. DK took them boys to school in the second half, but like I think what he's working with, like you said, he trying. That's my only argument I can say. That's my only argument I got really.
Yeah, I try to separate that because how we have it, the four categories. So what you're
that's
working
fair.
what you're working with for us, like what your coaching ability. I try to separate that because like to be able to switch up a QB middle of the game and still
And
go
still win.
beat
Yeah, that's true.
still go beat the
Yeah,
Falcons and then
that's
still
fair.
not drop off because they only lost once.
Yeah, they lost one game, 4-1. Yeah, that's great. That's a great kind of argument in my point. Yeah, like being able to switch him and realize, okay, we gotta make a change, and you win because you down 16 in the fourth. That's yeah, you're right.
Because like you still got the last QB in the division, but they go switch up mid game, win, and still keep winning to this point.
Right. Yeah, I'm about to say yeah. So yeah, it's pretty much like I don't know what Nick Foles can do to make him third in this division. Like I think the
Nothing.
other three gotta be hurt. Like Stafford,
Nothing.
yeah. I mean, yeah, whatever. Um,
But bro, it's crazy. People got to actually add him in like fantasy now. Like people got to actually pick him up
yeah,
because Jimmy hurt,
Dak
Dak
gone.
hurt, Wentz
Sorry.
terrible.
Baker
I
not
mean,
throwing no touchdown passes because they putting the ball, they
I
running it with
mean,
OBJ. Lane be
if
throwing
you
touchdown passes.
I say if you believe in Daniel Jones, you probably didn't drop him at this point because Daniel been terrible.
You had to let go Haskins, so you're not picking up. Well, you never should have had him in the first place, but now you're not picking no Washington quarterback.
And
Yes.
then you probably benching Matt Ryan at this point because
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so like cause I had Mitchell one game. So I know somebody probably picking up Foles in fantasy.
Got to in 14-team league. Oh, you deep. You got to. You got to. Um, let's see. What's the last NFC we talk about? We talk about East, South, West. No. Oh, let's get out of here. We're going to the AFC side now. All right. AFC South. First, we got to start off. There's two things in this division. I really think the big part. Let's start with BOB. Fine. We know that's crazy, bro. I had him number one.
Bro, I mean,
I mean,
I understand why.
I mean, Vrabel. You talk about what's the guy from Colts? Frank Wright, and we know Dumb Marone last. Like that's already given. So, like 1, 2, 3 interchangeable. You could argue with me, but man, I had Bill
Sure, he finna
one.
get fired.
Yeah, Doug. Yeah, they gonna keep Doug so they can just lose all the games. But like Roman Cornell coming in, like he third. He better than Marone. So that's
Yeah,
but look, that's the crazy part. If you had Vrabel and you say Frank Wright was better than Bob, I could argue it, but I can see your argument too, right? So if you had him third and now they fired the coach and now he's still third, I mean, I guess your opinion on the Texans does not change at all. So
but that's kind of what we said before though. Like we were talking about like how it all depends on your preference. It's
yeah,
debatable
yeah,
because there was the one that it wasn't clear cut of 1, 2, 3, 4. Like or you can interchange like oh well I could consider them two, but they can also be three based upon this. So that's one of those ones where it really season by season or game by game it'll change.
yeah, because right now at I just saw Vrabel won and it's not close, like like against the Buffalo Bills last week. Yeah, so yeah, Cornell. So it's like it's only two guys. Yeah, by default, Vrabel 1 or 2 and Frank Wright 1 or 2, and
Because like you gotta give Frank a little respect just from he done had a different QB every year he been there.
yes, and I value those coaches, bro. Like those coaches are like good to me when you, because if you don't have QB stability in the league, like it's hard for you to be like good. Like you can point to everybody, you can point to a lot of teams, Giants, Washington, Browns for a long time. Like you don't have a quarterback, you're not gonna be good.
Man, he
And
had
he
Luck,
changing.
Jacoby, and now you got Rivers, and Rivers ain't doing
He
that,
about to go to Jacob Eason, boy. Let me go boy out there.
bro. Like out of respect, they probably won't do it, but
Man, Rivers. I
Rivers,
mean, yeah, because you brought him over there for that reason. You can't bench him, but you should have gave that man a 1 year deal. Yeah, he got to go. Like he's not. He holding them back.
hold that clipboard.
um, Now, one question I want to ask you about the AFC South: QB rankings.
Oh, you know, Tannehill number one.
Yo, oh, okay, we want to
T-
say,
t- ten, Tannehill. I mean,
bro, Tannehill might be.
through the
Man,
first couple of weeks, we were doing like the top 10, top 12. He was in that fringe MVP ish
yeah, hey,
fringe, like
yeah,
so.
I'm with. Hey, I am with you on that with the Tannehill. Like, hey, Watson, yeah, man, I'm like, you good. Like, you, $4 million quarterback, you hooping. Since Bill B left, you gave my boy Cooks the ball. I had him bench on fantasy, but Tannehill a different monster, bro. And I think we both kind of like didn't want to like not admit Tannehill like being can he sustain what he did last season going forward? And somebody mentioned, I think I forgot what TV show it was. They were saying like how like because we saw Tannehill in Miami and what he did, it's hard to like say, oh, he's arrived.
Like yeah, you can't erase what you already saw.
Right.
Like
So that's hard to do. And we was like, okay, he had his one great year, took to the championship game, but like can't do it again. And then we always say this: what's Titans' records always 9-7, 8-8.
yeah,
Can't take.
between 7 and
And I
9.
think the last 14 games, Tannehill's 11-3. So will they be? Well, right now they already what? They 4-0. So
Yeah,
you
hey,
talking? They already halfway there.
that money don't look too bad right now because at first it's like what y'all doing.
Hey, you know what's crazy, bro? Like Titans probably Titan. I mean, Colts are still there, definitely. The Titans might run away with this division. And if you took the odds on that, because remember it was Colts number one. I think
That's what I took.
I think Titans was two. So it's like, man, you could have just that's easy right there, man. And man, that just Tannehill is a problem. Like I wish everybody realized this. Like he's a problem. He actually is a really good quarterback, and you can't deny it no more.
But we already knew that it was just bad team. Like people got to realize, man. I don't care what Adam go. Adam, we know Adam be tearing teams up.
Well, Adam Gase done ruined two franchises. There's no way. There is no way when he's finally relieved of his duties this Sunday when they lose to the Dolphins. I'm already saying it. He losing, and he losing his job too. There's no way somebody give him a job. There's no way. There's no way you bring him in and think he could be a coordinator. There's no way. There's no
But
way.
they got something. He need to go back to college, high school or something. Cause pro ain't it.
Man, nah. He owes too many people back. Tannehill could have been making these bag a long time ago. Like, but yeah, he looking good, man. He's clear cut number one. And if you got the number one coach, Vrabel, number one quarterback, Tannehill,
Yeah,
that's it. Lock it in. Titans in playoffs. Lock it in. That's it. So that's crazy, man. Because like even if Frank Wright is the number one coach, he's not gonna have the number one quarterback or two
no.
or three.
But he last.
He's sorry.
He last.
Oh, shout out to Corey again, man, for that wash rankings. Phillip Rivers number one. Hey, give me the shoe. Give me the shoe, man.
Margin too.
Like yes, it's not close.
A wide margin.
It's not close. So even if you say Frank Wright the better coach in this, you're not go. How far can you go? With their defense is great. Before we get out of here, the coach defense is great, but Rivers gonna hold y'all back. So it's a mute point at that time.
Yeah, that's why the receiver's so trash because he ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, they trashing themselves too. Ty ain't doing nothing under there. AFC North. The reason I want to ask you this. All right, so we knew.
Ben is one.
I'm about to say, so we knew Lamar would regress from the MVP season. Everybody knew that. There's no way you had that historical season, that high of a touchdown rate that he had last season. That's just hard to sustain. We all knew that. He's not looking good at all. Like they dominated the Bengals. You watching the game, but
look at
that was because the roster is so overwhelming. Like that's just
look at the team.
That's what it is. Like Ravens always gonna be top two roster in this division right now. They're gonna have a top two coach. That's not gonna change. But Lamar went from 1 to 2, and I mean when you have the second best, you have a top two roster, a top two coach, and a top two quarterback. You should be locking in. We gonna lock it. We gonna lock that in. Like that's fine to say. But what he's showing, like he went from, so if we talk about before last season, we were saying what he's probably like a bottom teen quarterback, top you know, maybe
Bro,
19
I
through
can't. I can't.
24 ish.
Man, I wouldn't even. I wouldn't even lie. I had him last coming into it.
Damn.
Hey, look, man,
I mean, I
man,
get,
you remember
yeah,
that?
yeah. The playoff performance he had, I can see what you're saying. I would have had him like 20 to 25, right? And then he emerged on the scene, MVP, he number one, but
Yeah, I ain't having
he
at
was not.
32, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but so last season he MVP. That's you best most valuable player, whatever. I still didn't have him in my top five quarterbacks or whatever.
no,
So it's like, all right. So Big Ben still had a good chance to pass it, which he has so far this season. And adding Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson when he's healthy, to getting knocked out the game, like Steelers offense is there and the defense there too. So they arguably had the best roster. They arguably had the best coach, arguably, and then they have so those two teams you can pretty much lock in. But yeah, we roll with Big Ben as number one. What do you think about the Browns? They're right there with these two teams. We always talked about it. They had the roster. Always had. I mean, the last two seasons they had the roster. Now you finally got the coach. Now is he on Tomlin
man,
and
they finally
Harbaugh
got
level?
the schedule. It's the schedule, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can give you that. I can give you the schedule. But I think they finally got the right coach too. Like remember we were talking about before. I was like, man, Stefanski, it, bro. Like that's the move they should have made last season. Not no Freddie. I don't know what they thought Freddie Kitchens was gonna be, but whatever they thought it was, I'm glad they realized that he wasn't it. One hit wonder, get him out of here. But Stefanski though, like whether he's on Tomlin or Harbaugh's level, he's close. Like I'm not saying he's close, but like he's in the ballpark now. They had a coach that's in the ballpark. He may not hit home runs like Tomlin and Harbaugh, but he can get you a little single, a little double. Shout out to the Major League playoffs going on right now. But he can do that for you. And this run game he bringing over here, like Kareem Hunt and when Chubb come back, man.
I don't know, man. I think it's just perfect time with the schedule.
Hey, that played
Like,
that played a big part too. That played a big. Hey, when you get the NFC East, this is always a
yeah,
great schedule. Always a
yeah,
great schedule.
right now it's just that schedule, man. That that schedule is too easy, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you look at schedule. So they got destroyed by Baltimore, but you play the NFC East two teams, beat Dallas, beat Washington, beat Cincinnati. I mean, you should beat them. But you did beat the Colts, and you played a pretty good game against them. They have Pittsburgh coming up. That's going to be the ultimate test, whether you are arrived in the AFC North or not. But just to name a couple other teams, tell me when you think this get hard. Las Vegas, by Houston, Eagles, Jaguars. That's the next four games. Then you got Titans, Ravens. I say that's pretty hard.
Those two back to backs.
Giants, Jets, and then Steelers.
Oh, that's a tough one right there. That Jets game. That's a tough one.
So you talking about Pittsburgh twice, Baltimore, and Tennessee. Four more games that you can scream like, okay, they probably outmatched.
Man, you can have the whole team catch COVID and still beat the Jets.
Yo,
Get your practice squad out there.
yo, that's disrespectful, but you're absolutely true. Like that's some facts though. They had no. Hey, the only person, only person who can't catch COVID is like maybe like Denzel Ward, cause like somebody got to start Crowder, boy. That boy Crowder, that man, the only thing going, the only thing.
And they talking about
They
and
talking
they
about
talking about
trading him.
trade him.
Man, just don't. You don't even have a receiver. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, I hate the Jets so much. Uh, so we'll see with the Browns and Rashad point to the schedule, which makes a good point of why they can sneak in there. Like this the perfect time.
Man, and they're looking at 10.
They
If
should
they
they
don't, if
should
they don't
they'll
get
get 10
10,
wins.
something wrong.
Oh yeah, we say 4 more games that should be hard. All you gotta do is win one of those. You should. That's 11 wins. Like that's just crazy. Sticking to your AFC East with the Jets, your boys over there, and Adam Gase and stuff. Cam versus Josh.
Pink slip.
Um, Cam versus Josh Allen. I think that's probably like the biggest question, I guess you can say, in the AFC East as far as quarterback wise. Who number one?
Nah, you got to go Allen, man.
Yeah,
He up there for he like top 4 MVP. Russ and Rogers 1A 1B, but Allen right there at 2.
Let me. All right. Let me say this. All right, so you might have thought Kansas City would beat New England, right? Before Cam got COVID, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as Cam went out, whatever your chances were, where'd they go to?
Oh, almost nothing.
That's what, and that I mean that's the only thing I can like definitely advocate for like Cam like being number one. But I'm with you, Josh Allen number one, Cam two, and like I mean, your boy Sam, hey you
Bro,
had him a little high, boy. That boy is last. He might not be even four. If you're talking about all the quarterbacks, like he might not be four. Like Tua might be over him, and he ain't play a game yet. About to
bro,
give me Matt Barkley, boy.
man, it Gates' fault, bro. That's
Yeah,
all. That's
I
all
know, I
Gates'
know.
fault, man.
Yeah, Gase is so bad. Like it's crazy, bro. Like I really need Jets to do this.
But he's definitely for though.
Yeah, yeah.
He's for.
This is what I need the Jets to do. I need them to let Sam go, draft a quarterback again. Like I really hope it's not Trevor. Like I really don't want him to go to New York Jets. If that is.
Do we going 0-16?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, I'm going back to Clemson. I don't need them. I don't need that money.
No, I ain't going to Clemson either. I'm about to call the Rock. Pissing me in, XFL boy, rough necks boy. Them Dallas down there. Somebody. I ain't going no Jets. I'll tell you right now.
They
I don't
probably
care.
come back.
Yeah, you got
They'll
me.
probably come back. Well, I think 2022. I think.
Oh yeah, they lucky. I go play Canadian football. I ain't I ain't playing no Jets.
Bro, you can play anywhere except for them. Lingerie football. Play anywhere except for them.
Arena football didn't come on back from my boy Trevor, but yeah, that's sad. I really hope he though Sam Darnold goes somewhere else and like get free of Adam Gase because we seen Tannehill, Devontae Parker. I will say Drake, but he's sorry now. So with Arizona, so he ain't doing nothing. But either way, free Sam because he looking like Adam Gase gonna make him be a bust. Like that's what's gonna happen, and he could be a backup quarterback because of Adam Gase. That's
Yeah, he finna go out bad.
other divisions, man. AFC West. I low key hate this division though. Like
Everything went wrong out there. Everything went wrong.
like
They
even
tried to kill that man.
hey even, no boy. Hey, all I'm saying is they ain't won a game since they punched my boy chest. Since he got his long punched, they ain't winning.
Sabotage that dude, man.
That's crazy, yo. Like Herbert hooping though. Like Herbert's hooping. I mean, he's the way. Obviously, Mahomes is one. The way Derek Carr been playing, like
I still had him at 2 anyway.
He's still at two. Who the other quarter? Who I'm missing? Oh well,
Drew Lock.
I guess Herbert is three. Like even with Herbert, even with Lock return, I got Herbert showing stuff that Drew Lock won games last year, but
Herbert, last year.
That's last year. And Herbert is putting on the show, whether they win or lose. I mean, come on, you got to beat Saints last week. You got to win that game. You got to beat Bucks when you up 28.
I mean, that wasn't his fault.
Yeah, I know.
Some of that gonna be on coach and the other phases, but
you got to win those two games. You dominating the Saints and the Bucks.
It could have been an NFC South champions.
Easily could have been crowned.
Because you're gonna beat the Falcons.
You gonna be yeah. I got yeah, but they lost to the Panthers too because Keenan Allen and Eckler can't deliver the hook and ladder or what it was called, the reverse or whatever. But yeah, now they 1-3 now in that division, and 0-3 I guess they ain't play Falcons yet, but we gonna chalk that. You gonna chalk that up for a dub. Man, like I hate this division. I really don't want to talk about it. Like it really nothing to really say about it. I mean, last week John Gruden played Andy Reid level coaching last week to get that dub over Kansas City. So I think he's firm too. So,
but at first there was a debate.
It was, but Anthony Lynn. I mean, he finally.
I had him last.
Yeah, I had him. I think I had him third. I think I had Lynn second, and I had Vic Fangio last. But barely. Like it's not even like it's. Like you say, every single day changes almost. But if Gruden supplant himself, all right, let me say this: if Gruden supplant himself as number 2 the rest of the way going forward, are you gonna lock it in?
If they go 8-8, he had 2. Cause nobody else should catch that. I mean,
Fair, fair,
look,
fair.
had a little bet on Denver, which probably won't happen now.
That's over. You might go and take that L. I already decided my fate on the
The
Panthers.
Carolina win.
that's that's over with. So yeah, you might as well chalk that up. Drew Lock ain't coming to save you, man. But
Nah, over 7.5. Bad bet.
but they might not get four. They might not get.
Yeah, and they get 5 at this point.
That's I mean, cause they're not gonna be Chiefs neither time now. I don't think they could be the Raiders where they're playing. So
Yeah, they gonna probably split with them in Chargers because Herbert gonna get one.
Herbert gonna beat them at least once. Carr might beat them twice. Like I don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
Never know,
Yeah,
for real.
yeah. I mean that's crazy though. Like how so we talk about this theory a lot. Like we always hit each other like, man, this guy's he ain't playing good. Like he about to get demoted. He about to go from 1 to 2. Like we was we was so out on Carson Wentz so fast.
Every 45 game you try to be fair, but sometimes we like, all right, bro,
Hey.
I have enough.
Yeah, because you be on that. So like this week right now, Teddy, the Panthers play Bears. I think that's one of the games to me, one of the most watched. I think this should be a most watched game because these two teams nobody really expected to be in the playoffs, and the winner gonna have 4 wins. Well, Bears when they get 5. So, man, like if Teddy go in here and win this game against this defense, like he ain't gotta be dominant fashion, but just do he been doing the whole season? I think he's submitting himself too because like Ryan got a good matchup this weekend against Minnesota to prove us wrong. And like I said, but
that's the thing.
Minnesota,
Playing fantasy make you jump out wagons faster too.
That's true. Like, but see, Ted not even really like he got the yards. The touchdowns ain't really coming like that yet, but it should regress.
And over time it might.
But that's what it is. So Teddy playing a tougher defense in Chicago. Ryan versus Minnesota. Not fantasy wise, just real football. Watching them, who do you expect to have the better game? Like based off matchup, it should be Matt Ryan.
It should be Matt Ryan.
So if Matt Ryan doesn't, I think he got to be last, and it's like no contest after that. Like
that's ATLLLL, man. It's finna be another one. Put 6 L's on there.
Oh man, damn. 0-6. Probably. I think Minnesota beats them pretty like easily. Honestly,
They should.
They should. Could they even don't? All right, Zimmer, he definitely gonna be 3 without question. 4.
And see, and that we saying like week to week, well, change it quick. It just certain people like certain matchups at certain times make you change your mind quick.
Yeah.
You can't beat them.
Come on, like you said, like I said, Vikings played Packers undefeated, Seattle undefeated, and Titans undefeated, and the Colts who got right now the best defense in the league. So you played your 4 losses are pretty good teams, and now you get the I don't even know what to call them.
Look, man, I don't care if no Cook. They gotta beat them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Man, the Falcons trying to duck. They trying to get COVID so they can gotta play. So they get a
No, hey, Dan Quinn said y'all gonna fire me. Nobody playing around here no more.
Bet. Release. That's messed up. Is there anything else I guess you want to see this weekend that like can sway anything? I was looking at the matchups and like I was kind of stuck between like trying to win like who actually going to win this game. Like you talk about Chicago, Carolina. I was sitting there
toss up, man.
I was sitting there,
toss up.
You know a game I was sitting there struggling with. I was like, bro, who gonna win between the Giants and the DC?
Man, I'm taking DC. That defense, I'll take DC.
Yeah. How much Cardinals and Cowboys? Like I think that's gonna be a good. First of all, 2 great Monday Night Football games. I think Chiefs and Bills, Cardinals and Cowboys actually be a good game because the Cowboys can't stop nobody, so they always gonna have good games. That Buccaneers,
but that Chiefs Bills, that's gonna change people's mind about like who's
Allen?
a contender or not. Because like if Bills lose again, it's gonna be like, oh well, they can't beat no good team, so they ain't no contender.
All right, so if they lose by like a field, like Mahomes got the ball last and they lose. Or is that what you mean, or like because or you talking about this bludgeoning they got from
Either
Titans?
either way, like
Either way,
either way I go,
okay.
because like it's gonna be they can't beat good teams. They only
Well,
beating up on whoever.
I'll
Because
say
like Rams came back on them.
yeah, into the league. Yeah, so I guess Rams are better than what we yeah I guess Rams are better than what we think they are. Well, I think they are. But yeah, you talk about like all right. So let's see if Tre'Davious White doesn't play though, and their linebacker Mike Milano, like I don't know, like that's two big pieces of their defense that obviously you need Tre'Davious White to stop Mahomes. Like you're gonna need him to shut down somebody. So that
Man, you
that
need
that's
13 people out there. 11
you,
won't do.
you might be right though. All right, so I say this: Rams mess around and lose to the 49ers this week. We gotta talk.
They better not.
We gotta talk. We gotta revisit. Like, all right, Rams, you're the NFC East champ, but that's it. You can't beat nobody else.
Man,
Especially
somebody got to get hurt in that game.
yeah. Is there any game that surprised you? Like, if the Broncos beat Patriots or Browns beat Steelers, Texans beat Titans, if you or even the Eagles beat the Ravens, will you be shocked if any of those things happen? Because I low key, I think I would. I mean, I think this Browns' biggest test. Like they have to show something, some kind of signs.
Like I'm gonna pick them, so I'm not. If they win, it won't surprise. I'm gonna pick Cleveland,
Okay.
but I kind of want to take Denver, but I don't think I'm gonna do it
I
because
would have
like
took Denver last week.
Belichick out coach anybody. I want to see if Cam will come back, but if Cam does not come back and they have Hoyer or Stidham in, it's gonna just be a field goal kind of game. So whoever get the ball last and hit a
Yeah.
field goal or two,
I about
that's gonna be it.
to say like last week before they canceled the game, I picked Denver to win because no Cam. I was like I'm out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to know something now because like I gotta turn my picks in tomorrow, so I'm gonna need to find
Yeah,
out
like
who.
even if he don't come, like even if Cam did come back and play, he still hadn't been there, because of quarantine. So
But you
he
still,
still may
but
not
you trust,
perform good.
but you trust him over the other two by a long shot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So
I mean, he still Cam. Like
yeah,
coming to the year, didn't think so, but yeah, he still Cam.
yeah. All right. So make sure y'all go to my bookie and put the promo code in 12 ounce sports. They'll match up to the whatever you put in as offer. So, man, I got my bets. I gotta decide my bets tonight. We're gonna discuss that off air. But like, we gotta come up, bro. We've been like at all teams last week. The Chiefs lost me my money, and I was disappointed. Oh, I was mad. Ooh, boy, I had
Yeah,
I had Chiefs -3, like little teaser. They couldn't even win the game, man.
man. Yeah, that
Sad.
was a tough one. I lost that one too, but Falcons already let me down with Panthers, which I should never bet on anyway. I say you don't trust the Falcons all the time, so I thought they could have won one and kept Dan Quinn around for like another week or two.
Falcons lost both of us a bet because I had them +3.
But against the Bears,
+3. That means you can lose the game. They lost the game by 4 after being up 16. That's ridiculous. So, rule 1: do not bet on the Falcons. Rule 2: probably take the Cowboys over. But I don't think the Giants. I don't think they got
possibly.
I think they got it last week. The Giants got it last week. Like the Giants scored enough for the Cowboys, and they got it last week. So
Yeah, because they had the lead early.
yeah, lead. So that's all the time we got. That's man. This theory, hey, is you already can lock in certain teams already. So we'll see who else get locked in the next couple of weeks as we revisit it again. So till next time.
Yeah, by week 10 we'll know.
Oh yeah, definitely. So appreciate Rashad.